Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back. I'm Nisa. So today uh, I want present you a novel that mystery thriller, which mean it is my favorite genre. So it's written by Michael Palmer. Okay, let's begin. So, let me take you on a journey that begins not in the halls of power or the chaos politics, but in the quiet, snowy plains of Wyoming. It begins with a man named Dr. Gabby. Uh, he is a country doctor, a former Navy psychian living a peaceful life trying to forget the shadows of his past. But peace, as you know, has a way of shattering when the past knocks on your door. One cold morning, Gabby hears the unmistakable roar of a helicopter landing on his ranch. It's Marine One, the official transport of the President of the United States. Outsteps President Andrew Stoddard, not as the leader of the free world, but as an old friend, desperate and afraid. Gabby, he says, I need you. My personal psychian has disappeared without a trace. I trust no one but you. Before Gabby can fully process what's happening, he's swept up and flown to Washington, D.C., doors into a world he left behind, the world of politics, secrets, and suspicion. When Gabby arrives um, at the White House, he's struck by what he sees, and President Stoddard, the man he once knew as a sharp, confident, and commanding, is now a shell of himself. He suffers sudden episodes, confusion, memory lapses, even slurred speech. The symptoms mimic a neurological disorder, but Gabby sensed something off. The routine tests all clean, blood work normal. Yet the president is getting worse. Behind the scene, tenses brews. Cabinet members whisper about invoking the 25th Amendment, the constitutional protocol for removing a sitting president deemed medically unfit. Gabby is stuck between his duty as a doctor and his loyalty as a friend and the weight of a nation's future on his shoulders. And then it's getting worse. Digging deeper, Gabby partners with Alison Comarty, a brilliant and determined nurse with a sharp mind for pattern recognition. She suspects the president's condition isn't natural, it's engineered. You know what's happening here? That's right, a deliberate attack using nanotechnology, microscopic device designed to interfere with brain function, a science fiction horror playing out in real life. The idea seems impossible, but evidence builds unexplained neurological symptoms, strange gaps in memory, and an eerie similarity to test subjects in military research. Gabby begins to suspect that someone in the president's inner circle is behind it, someone with access, someone with ambition. The vice president, the chief of staff, intelligence officers, everyone is a suspect, and the walls are closing in. Just when Gabby thinks he's getting close to the truth, he's become a target himself. One night, as he leaves the West Wing, a shot rings out. He collapses, hit by a sniper, bleeding on the cold pavement of the White House lawn. Miraculously, he survives. But the message is clear: someone wants him silenced. The stakes are no longer just about saving the president, they're about stopping a code, a high tech, bloodless code carried out through medicine, manipulation, and betrayal. Recovering from the attack, Gabby and Allison trace origin of the nanotech to a secret lab buried deep within military contracts and private research. What they uncover is chilling experimental data, human testing, and a clear connection to a private group aiming to control the presidency from the shadows. They've been personing the president for months, subtly degrading his brain function, just enough to make him appear unfit for office to justify invoking the 25th Amendment. With the president removed, the conspirators would seize the control under the guise of national stability. But Gabby won't let that happen. He presents the evidence scientific, irresistible, and forces the truth into the light. The conspirators are exposed and arrested, but the damage has already been done. President Stewart, through on the path to recovery, must temporarily step down as the 25th Amendment is officially invoked for his safety and the country's stability. He does so willingly with dignity, of the moment, but weeks later, after treatment and rest, he returns stronger, sharper, and more determined than ever. So, it challenges us to ask what happens when the cure becomes the weapon. And more importantly, who do we trust when our leaders begin to fall apart? Not from war or scandal, but from something quietly coursing through their veins. So the first passion is more than just a medical thriller. It's a story about loyalty under pressure, about friendship tested by power, and about the terrifying possibilities of science in the wrong hands. Sorry. It's a postponing, thought-provoking tale that reminds us how fragile leadership and life can be. So thank you for listen my retelling. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.